Welcome to another broadcast of the Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Thursday mornings at 9:30 at the Lorain County Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and as always, you are invited to attend.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The dog, Commissioner Blair?
Yeah, thank you. Oh. Good morning.
Good morning. This is our featured pet at the Lorain County Dog Kennel this week. It's a stray male border collie mix. He's in cage 7 and is eligible for adoption starting Friday, March 24th. Now he wants to check the place out. He does not like chickens or ducks. Maybe he doesn't like commissioners either. Hey, turn around. Can you sit? Sit. Sit. Oh, good puppy there. Look at that. Isn't he a pretty puppy? Yeah, he's about a year old. Aw. Okay. Stop by and see our animals at the dog kennel. You want to take one home. Thank you. Falling in my chair.
Okay.
We continued to bat 1,000.
Okay, we did?
Mention
Okay.
that.
As Commissioner Blair said, we continue to bat 1,000. Every one of our dogs for the past 12 months has been adopted, so that's a good thing. Good morning. Welcome to board meeting March 23rd, 2006. Commissioner Kukowski, President of the Board, is on vacation this week, so it's my first shot at running this meeting, so bear with me. First of all, we have a proclamation proclaiming March 2006 as MRDD month. In the matter of proclaiming March 2006 as Mental Retardation and Development Disabilities Awareness Month throughout Lorain County. Whereas Murray Ridge Center recently celebrated its 38th year of providing services to Lorain County children and adults with mental retardation and their families by providing over 600 families with children with suspected developmental delays with early intervention programs. And whereas 176 students with mental retardation and developmental disabilities receive educational services in early childhood, primary, intermediate, and senior classes at Murray Ridge School. And whereas 977 adults with mental retardation and development disabilities are given training and work experience in 3 workshops and several community enclaves operated by the Murray Ridge Production Center or in competitive employment spots. And whereas residential options are available to 60 individuals with mental retardation and developmental disabilities living in Murray Ridge operated group homes, to 76 individuals with mental retardation and developmental disabilities living in homes maintained by the Murray Ridge Housing Corporation created by that board, and to 143 individuals with mental retardation and developmental disabilities who receive Murray Ridge administered services in residential facilities, foster care settings, apartments, or with their families. And whereas participation is encouraged in local, regional, state, national, and international Special Olympics activities to provide recreation and competition experiences to more than 237 children and adults from Lorain County eligible to participate. And whereas a recreation program provides recreation and socialization opportunities for adults with mental retardation working in the community. And whereas assistance that will permit families to care for a family member with mental retardation or developmental disability in their home is made available through the Family Support Program. And whereas Murray Ridge Center staff network with social service, health, and welfare agencies to enrich the environment of children with developmental disabilities and to find appropriate residential services for individuals with mental retardation placed on a waiting list. And whereas Lorain County Board of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities oversees funds from federal, state, and local sources to provide comprehensive services to Lorain County individuals with mental retardation and developmental disabilities and their families. Now therefore we, Lori Kukowski, Ted Kalo, and Betty Blair, members of the Board of Lorain County Commissioners, do hereby recognize Lorain County Board of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities and declare the month of March 2006 as Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in honor of the sizable contribution made to the welfare of Lorain County children and adults with special needs. Witness our signatures this 23rd day of March 2006.
I say a few words?
Without a doubt, please.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Amber Fisher, and I'm Superintendent of the Murray Ridge Center. On behalf of the Lorain County Board of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities, I'd like to thank the County Commissioners for recognizing March as MRDD Awareness Month and for embracing this year's feature sentiment that everybody belongs. Today I have brought 3 friends with me. I have Wolfgang, Charles, and Jennifer. These are 3 of the over 2,000 people served by Murray Ridge Center, and they would like to say a few words to express their appreciation. Wolfgang, come on.
Morning.
Good morning.
Well, I was born in Germany in 1942, and I had war that year. And my dad had to go to Egypt. He was a prisoner of war. And we lost some money. Right now I'm living at, and we try to do some work. Every Monday I have to clean pans in the kitchen. And I sweep the floor, and then I mop it. And on Thursday I have to wash clothes. Sometimes I strip the bed. And I sometimes go shopping with Eric. So I get along with them pretty well. And every night, Tim and I, we watch the computer. And I have to strip the bed. Then I have to wash it in the basement. And then I put it in the dryer for a few minutes.
Wolfgang, thank you for talking a little bit about the residential program that you participate in through Murray Ridge. You'd like to thank the county commissioners for supporting our program?
Well, I wish to do an assembly job. And we put O-rings on these parts. Put rings on these jobs. And I take a break at 11:15. And lunchtime is about 1:30. Then we wash our hands and go to the lunchroom, buy the lunch.
Very good. You wash your hands first.
Then I quit about before 3 o'clock. Then I have to wait for the bus outside. Sometimes there's a lot of noise going on in those buildings.
Do you want to say thank you, and we'll turn it over to Charles? Thank you.
That's sure she already has one.
Good morning. This is the first time that I had never done anything like this before, so, but this, I'm so excited. I couldn't wait to do this, so, it's special. I just want to say thank you for supporting the work and the Special Olympic. The Special Olympic is it's a very special desire that I like to do. And I've been doing it for so long, and I just kept on doing it. And it is to help other people, so when they come to take my place, then they know, well, this is not an easy job. It's a job. And I can care less what nobody said. It's a job. It's a job. You know, schedule, taking care of the uniforms. Plus, I've been a captain twice. And if you have to stay all night to figure out what you got to do and put your team together, that's a lot of work. But I enjoyed it. And I like my job. And it's something that I always do, and I'm going to keep on doing. And I wouldn't be doing this if I had had some people work, behind me. I got a whole bunch of us. This lady, she's right there with me, so she always want to know what's going on, how they're behaving, because I come up from a family, and they said if they got a lie, I got to hear from her, and I said okay, but she's fair, and I really love my job, and it's something that I always want to do. I like to keep busy. I'm not the kind of person that I'm going to just sit home and not do nothing. I'm just not that kind of person. And that's the way I am. And you have to accept me, who I am, what I do, and what I say. And the bottom line is if you can't follow the rules, you might, you take a hike, take a hike, that's the way that's where I was raised. So, but I love my job, and I really thank you guys for really supporting, because, and the people, and I can speak for my team, I play on both teams. There's basketball and softball. We're getting ready for softball pretty soon, so I'll be out of town. I'll be up most of the night again, trying to figure out what's going on. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I really enjoy my job. I really do. Thank you.
And now we're going to hear from Jennifer.
Can I remove this? Sure. Okay, Jen, put it right here. Give it a touch. Give it a touch.
Thank you for helping Billy Red School.
That's it.
Yeah.
Madam Clerk?
Number 1 under resolutions, job and family services bills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Investments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Transfers?
So moved.
Second, I almost
Discussion.
did it.
Ms. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Requisitions?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Travel expenses?
So moved.
Did we do requisitions already?
I'm
Yes.
sorry, but we did skip advances
There were no
because there was
advances,
no
no
one,
payments
and I
this
just
week.
didn't say it. I
Oh,
just
well, I want to mention two of the requisitions, just
Okay.
because I think they're of general interest, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Wait, we're done.
548-06 in the amount of $459,500 is for Manatron. It's for the third and final contract for the County Auditor's Office for the 2006 countywide reevaluation project. And 547-06 is for $224,734. It's for our E911 Sentinel ALI contract. And if you want further information on that, I'm sure Mr. Cortez would be delighted to elaborate. But those are two pretty big ticket items, and I wanted to bring them forward. Sometimes we get a little criticized because we don't tell everybody in the world what we're doing. Thank you. You're welcome.
I need a second on travel expenses.
So I'll second.
Any discussion? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Bills?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Under the Commissioners, authorize various personnel actions as indicated in the summary for employees within jurisdiction of Commissioners.
We took your button away. We gave you the
Definitely.
microphone, but took the button away.
Commissioners, I have a couple personnel issues, specifically some new hires at Golden Acres. We've had a little bit of turnover with some of our nurses, and possibly a new hire here in the building. So I would request an executive session to discuss those issues, and it's allowable by the Sunshine Law. Thank you.
Instruct the clerk to advertise for bids for Lorain County Justice Center, 4th floor courtroom fit out. Notice will be published in the Chronicle Telegram on March 27th and April 3rd. Pre-bid meeting on April 10th at 2 p.m. at the Justice Center, and bids to be open at 2 p.m. on Monday, April 17th in the Commissioners' Public Hearing Room.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Approve and enter into lease addendum with Farm Service Agency. Said amendment extends the lease period for 12 months or through June 30, 2007. Rental rate will remain at $10,556.95 per square foot for a total monthly rental of $1,313.46, annually at $15,761.52 for 12 months.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, that's $10.556 per square foot, I'm assuming? Not $10,000 per square foot?
We were just trying to sneak one. We were trying to sneak one in. Okay. You know, I figured if they want to pay it,
Okay, just checking the amount there.
it's a typo, Commissioner.
Okay, yeah, I just,
I'm assuming it's a typo, but that's
Yes.
how it came to me, so.
okay, not a problem. I just noticed it there. In the package, it said $10.55, so, okay.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
I forgot where I was, so.
Shook you up a little bit, huh, Teresa?
I'm telling you. Authorized appointments of Tim Baldwin and John Pearson as Lorain County Apiary Inspectors for '06. Total appropriation for the inspectors for the year 2006 will be $3,400. Compensation is established at the rate of $9.60 per hour with mileage reimbursement at .44.5 cents per mile.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kayla? Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Authorize release of retainage to Gorman Lavelle Corporation, Cleveland, in the amount of $47,960 plus interest as final payment for work performed at Lorain County Justice Center. All necessary paperwork has been received.
So moved.
I'll second. I would like Mr. Cortez to comment on this.
Which one, Commissioner?
Number
13.
What would you like me to comment on it? It's just they finished the contract with the Justice Center finally. We had a lot of outstanding issues, and the last one was an argument over who was going to pay for a change to a deck drain on the roof. So, you know, we've been doing our due diligence well after the building was open, and there was some unapproved changes that were made, and then they came back for reimbursement. And you know we have a pretty strong policy on getting prior approval on those things, so we were finally able to reach resolution on all those issues and close out that contract. And I need to add that we still have a couple contracts we haven't closed on the Justice Center that we're working on, and you're well aware of, with the ones with GQ and some of the things that are going on there. We're just making sure the county gets what it paid for, and if it takes another 10 years, it'll take another 10 years. So I'm glad that this one's over with, but again, we still have a couple more coming down the road.
I wanted to hear that. Thank you.
Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
All right, Community Development, authorized payment to the City of Avon in the amount of $930 and City of North Ridgeville in the amount of $1,687.82 for sewer tie-in fees for William and Loretta File at 33133 Schwartz Road, Avon, as a grant to be paid from account CDBG FYO for emergency home repair activity.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Award contract to Bax Roofing and Construction, Plymouth, in the amount of $6,160, which includes a 10% contingency for Thelma Vanover at 5277 Oakwood Avenue, Sheffield Township, as a grant for a roof replacement. 4 bids were received, this being the most responsive, complying with specifications, and will be paid from account CDBG FY05 Emergency Home Repair Activity.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Under solid waste, approve the solid waste education and awareness programs for 2006 in the total amount of $115,621 to be paid from account solid waste fund. These programs are to include community workshops, recycling litter prevention, cable advertising with brochures, newspaper publications, bus signs, calendar and poem contest, school newsletters, presentations, performers, Dr. T, Mother Earth Sings, and Pride Day.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Approve the solid waste advertising activities for the year 2006 in the amount of $168,000 to be paid from the solid waste fund. These programs will include electronic collection, HHW collection, tire day, appliance, telephone book, composting, anti-litter, quarterly newsletter, and the anti-litter advertising.
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye. And Patty Echo from Sheffield Township is going to call your office to find out if we actually set Pride Day so they can go forward with their paperwork today.
I had the same conversation with her last night,
Well,
Commissioner Blair.
they're awful eager, so,
Yes.
okay.
Approve the request in the amount of $13,000 from Lorain County Alcohol and Drug Services, Inc. and United Steelworkers Local 1104 and 2354 for emergency repairs to Lynn R. Williams Career Development Center.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Aye. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I got ahead of it.
Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Approve the filing request of the 2006 Community Development Grant application in the amount of $52,800 and the district match of $26,400 for 3 electronics collection during the year commencing June 1st, 2006 through June 30th, 2007, which will include the computers and all related items, cell phones and their batteries, and television sets.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye. Okay,
Under-
Dan, you got all your stuff outlined now. Go collect.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Oh, you're welcome.
Under the engineer, award contract to Lytle Construction, Worcester, in the amount of $370,925 for the 2006 chip and seal program. 2 bids were opened on March 13th, and this was the most responsive, complying with specifications, and will be paid 100% by MVGT funds.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Reject the bids received on March 13th for asphalt plant mixes, which exceeded the engineer's estimate by 10%, and authorize the clerk to re-advertise in the Chronicle Telegram on March 27th and April 3rd, and bids to be open at 2 p.m. on April 10th in the Commissioner's Public Hearing Room.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Award contract to Huff Trucking, Wellington, in the amount of $80,200 for various materials at the County Highway Department. 2 bids were opened on March 13th, and this was the most responsive, complying with specifications, to be paid 100% with MVGT funds.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Under the prosecutor, approve, enter, and authorize payment for expert witness contracts with Dr. Zinners in the amount of $1,000 and Dr. Mattis in the amount of $5,875, and authorize reimbursement payment in the amount of $549.50 to the prosecutor's office, FOJ account, in accordance with the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure to dispose expert witness for Karen Cleveland.
So moved.
I'll second. I believe the name is Zinzer. Zinzer. I'm looking at the paperwork, but I'm pretty sure
It was
that
Zinzer's. I agree with you.
Zinzer. Zinser.
I didn't want to bring up another typo, though. I did it
Zinser.
before.
Well, she didn't do it. It was her computer. Every
Mr.
time,
Kayla.
every once in a while, computers have minds of their own.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Mr. Cordes, County Administrator.
Thank you. Commissioners, I'm not sure if I passed this along to you, but Commissioner Kay, do you have something on the Port Authority for
Yes.
a press release?
Right here. I was going to save that for mine, but would you
That's
like
fine.
to do it?
Nope. I just
Okay.
want to make sure
All
we
right.
do it, because I have another note here, because we had an agenda item that we removed that kind of affected that, so I just wanted to make sure it got introduced.
Yep.
Yesterday, I had the opportunity to be in Columbus. We met with several people in the governor's office, and then we concluded the afternoon with a lengthy meeting with the lieutenant governor to discuss funding issues here in Lorain County and some initiatives, and more specifically, trying to get our GLIDE program out to college converted to an Edison Center, and where we can access additional dollars, because we've been unable to, sustain the large commitment to GLIDE and the good work it's doing out there. It was an interesting meeting. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get GLIDE designated as an Edison Center, but there was certainly other avenues that we can take with pre-seed monies into the innovative fund out there with the foundation, and a lot of positive discussion. I just wish some of those positive discussions would turn into positive cash flow.
Didn't bring back any checks for us.
I didn't bring back any checks, Commissioner, I'm sorry. But we'll continue to try, and as you know, this is the second trip that I've made down to Columbus to meet with people in the last 3 weeks, and we're going to continue to make these trips down there. We're going to continue to make it known that Lorain County is part of Ohio, and that we deserve to be considered in some of these funding streams. So this is going to be an ongoing task for us to get down there and continue to keep ourselves in front of these people more visibly. So just wanted to report that we did that. More or less, I'm considering the meeting more of a reminder of our needs here in Lorain County, and hopefully in the future we'll be seeing some benefit from these personalized trips down there. And that's my report for this morning. Thank you.
Ms. Ernest, Assistant County Prosecutor.
Just a couple of items regarding pending litigation I would like to update you regarding, but there's no action that's going to be needed.
Commissioners report.
Commissioner Blair?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I have a copy of a news release, and this is Chronicles here, Cindy. North Coast Gas Transmission has issued a news release stating that currently more than 90% of Ohio's natural gas supply comes from the Gulf of Mexico region, and recent national disasters in that area have hindered distribution and production of natural gas. The PUCO strategy has been to encourage development and further diversification of our state's energy infrastructure. North Coast coming forward with its new pipeline proposal is an example of this strategy at work. The pipeline will provide Northern Ohio businesses and consumers with access to natural gas from the Chicago hub. This hub serves as an aggregation point for virtually every natural gas production basin in the United States and Western Canada. Ohio's natural gas providers will have the ability to transport natural gas on the North Coast pipeline to distribute to their end users. Natural gas from the Chicago hub can be purchased at a significant discount to gas from the Gulf Coast region. This project is in its beginning phases, and the exact pipeline route will be determined through a review process conducted with Ohio regulatory authorities. Site evaluations and public meetings will start later this year in conjunction with the certification process. Construction on the project would begin in late 2007, with completion tentatively scheduled for late 2008. I met with these gentlemen within the last month, and I was kind of excited to hear what they had to offer, and it looks like something that might be of value for Lorain County specifically. It says that the route hasn't been decided, but I believe that they're looking to come through the Oberlin area. So I thought that this was of interest to us, and I'm glad that they wanted Lorain County to be aware of what they were doing. I also want to thank Jack Chinuzzi from the Sanitary Engineer's Office. I called him earlier this morning. There was a question raised by one of the trustees in Amherst Township about the project there, because apparently we are assessing some property in Amherst City. And Jack said that we can do that, and he cited the revised code section that says the board may adopt, publish, administer, and enforce rules for the construction, maintenance, protection, and use of sewers and sewer improvements in its county outside of municipal corporations and within municipal corporations in its county wherever such sewers are constructed or operated by such board. So, thank you, Jack, and I will forward a copy of this to the trustee in question so that that will allay his concerns. Rebecca Gray is here this morning, and I'd like to ask her to come forward. She's going to tell you a little bit about the Alliance, and I'll also note that commuter rail is going to be part of our discussion on April 28th, and we're going to have Stu Nicholson from the Ohio Rail Development Commission together with Dominic Libertor from All Aboard Ohio. And I met with those individuals earlier this week in my office, and we are trying to put together a program to move the commuter rail project forward in Lorain County.
Good morning, Commissioner. And with some discussion that the Board of Commissioners have kept in front of the public, commuter rail hasn't died, the idea of it between Cleveland and Lorain. Lorain County Transportation Day will be April 28th. It will, as you said, feature the Ohio Rail Development Commission, the Ohio Department of Transportation, Lorain County Engineer, and NOACA. It's a comprehensive day where we get together locally, federally, and at the state level to talk about transportation issues in Lorain. It's a very unique forum. So I invite you all there. It'll be April 28th at the college. Also, I'm excited to report that the Lorain Port Authority has joined the Alliance.
Good.
So
Because they want that train.
they want the train, so we continue to move forward. Thank you,
Do we know
Commissioners.
what part of the college you will be in?
It will be in room 114
And what time, Rebecca?
at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Do they need any reservations?
Registration information will be forthcoming from the Ohio Department of Transportation District 3 office in Ashland.
But they can come at the door. We accept
Certainly.
anybody who wants to come.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it.
All done,
Thank you.
Commissioner? Okay. As Jim was bringing up, but so I don't forget, my assistant did work on quotes for me this morning. I forgot to start with one. I don't want to ruin what the board does here. Mahatma Gandhi, actually, the future depends on what we do in the present, which I think is a very good quote.
Amen. Amen.
And my assistant also found a very humorous one. Again, Mahatma Gandhi. Cindy, Carl, I believe in equality for everyone except reporters and photographers.
Cindy liked that one. She liked your three wives comment,
Did
too.
you like my three wives comment? Yeah. But for immediate release from our Lorain County Port Authority, something that we've been working on, just bringing out the regional flavor that's the hot topic, and everyone working together. Lorain County Port Authority, the Board of Lorain County Commissioners, and the Board of Huron County Commissioners have entered into a joint cooperative agreement. This intergovernmental agreement will facilitate economic development in the region, as well as within both, while furthering their respective business expansion, attraction, and retention efforts. According to Ronald Twining, Director of Lorain County Port Authority, this joint cooperative agreement will make it easier to attract potential employers to the region because it shows we are all working together and not against each other. The bottom line is always job creation and retention, and this is one more tool to improve that bottom line. Lorain County Port Authority oversees several financial programs designed to assist companies. The Bond Reserve Fund, which provides long-term fixed-rate financing, has been increased recently thanks to the efforts of the Board of Commissioners in securing an additional $3 million letter of credit to help in business expansion and attraction. Again, I'd like to thank our Port Authority for all the work they've done on that. Been a busy week. I'd like to thank Brian Barker, too. I sent him some questions I needed answered for a new company I spoke to, and he got right back to me, so thank you very much, Ron. Busy week, residents calling and such like that, spent a lot of time working on projects. Spoke to Mrs. Yankoff, had a nice conversation with her for 40 minutes from South Amherst / Amherst Township. Nice to know her concerns that cross jurisdiction, formerly in a township, now in South Amherst, and she votes both ways, and how the community gets affected. So I had a nice conversation with her. I'd like to thank her for calling and ask those questions. And I'd just like to announce that next Tuesday, the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life in the city of Lorain, we're having our rally from 6 to 8 p.m. at Rosebud Hall on Oberlin Avenue. anyone who's interested in participating, I'd appreciate their involvement from 6 to 8. It's a very tight schedule that evening because we have another event we have to be at, but from 6 to 8 on Tuesday, if you can make it to Rosebud, I would certainly appreciate it. Madam Clerk?
Can I approach one?
Sure.
I wanted to speak a little bit more on the Port Authority, but I didn't want...
Oh, okay, go ahead.
They wanted you to finish the release. When I was meeting down at the state yesterday, we for the first time and that I can remember discussing with them, they asked us what cooperative relationships we had going west. It's always about going east in northeast Ohio, and it kind of made me pause for a moment because normally, they like to think that northeast Ohio ends at Crocker Bassett Road over here, but they were actually thinking past Lorain County, and that was a unique discussion we're having, and I pointed to our cooperative agreement that we just entered in with the Port Authority, and they were very pleased that we're looking at issues going west with Erie and Huron County, and a more focused approach that the growth is going that way. And they did tell us, and I didn't say this earlier, we were down there with the college president and the chamber president. We took a contingency down there with us, and they were very, very supportive. They said that they don't believe that the group of people that we've assembled as partners through the Growth Partnership and other strategic alliances like Team Lorain County exist anywhere in the state, and that we're on the right track, and that people should look to us for the cooperative models that we're putting into place. And they believe that a lot of good people are coming together, especially the Board of Commissioners, in providing the space on the 5th floor, because we talked about the Growth Partnership and the leadership that this board is providing in the community. I wanted to segue off the Port Authority. I just didn't want to take that from you, Commissioner.
That's okay. I hope to go west because today's the State of the City for the City for a Million. I hope to make that 12 o'clock luncheon.
Well, good. If you and I are both going, then there can't be any more business done tonight.
That's right.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, just to talk about commuter rail again. Stan Siniger, former Lorain City Councilman, and Rick Novak from the Lorain Port Authority have worked very diligently to move that train further west into Erie County and the Sandusky area, and there's certainly interest there, and they've established that over the last couple of years. And then Lorain County Visitors Bureau works well with that western quadrant and cooperatively, and they've received grant dollars from the state to do that. So I suggest that maybe the state doesn't even know what's going on here.
Well done. Madam Clerk?
Thank you.
Board correspondence.
I thought you were going to go. The reading be moved.
No, I want to talk about
Okay.
one item.
All right.
Number 9, we've received a letter of requests from Wallace and Patricia Kovach that their property be excused from Lorain County Facility Planning Area since they were denied a permit from the Lorain County General Sewer District on Marks Road. They note that the City of Strongsville is willing to accept and have them tied in. And I did discuss this with Jack Januzzi. Is Jack still here? Did he leave? I thought he was here before. Anyway, he said there's no reason why we can't do this, and we've already done this for a church property close by, and I thought rather than just leave it hang, if there's no problem with it, maybe we could move to approve it today.
You caught him off guard, Commissioner.
Well, he was in Columbus yesterday.
Commissioners, I know there is a procedure for allowing that to be go over to Strongsville from our facilities planning area, but I think that would constitute, even though it's one property, a change in our facilities planning area, and that way may well have to go to NOACA.
Well, we didn't do it for that church property, I don't think. So I guess you're telling me that you need to check into it.
Well, I was trying to say it in a complicated way, but can we wait until next week? So
Yes, we can. I just
explore
thought we
any
could
problem?
facilitate it, that's all. Fine. We'll wait for a response from the engineer's office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Since I got the information on that church, so
Uh,
pull that together.
Good. I'll move the reading be waived.
I did it already, but I'll
Then I'll
second yours.
second it. Either way. He let me talk.
She
so-
always wants to be in charge,
Mr.
guys.
Kayla.
Aye.
Ms. Blair.
Aye.
Public comment.
Morning, David.
Give me back my...
Commissioners, nice glasses, both commissioners. today. I hadn't seen yours before, Commissioner Kalo.
I can't see anymore.
Couple of quick things. First, I found the comments very interesting on the westward look, and as living in one of the 65 precincts that where the center of the congressional district population-wise is in Toledo instead of the congressional district that's centered in Akron from Lorain County, we certainly have some interest in what goes on to the west of us, as well as all the things that get planned to the east. I appreciated Mr. Cortez's remarks about his time down in Columbus, and I think also his role with the county administrators all over the state should prove interesting, both on inter-county cooperation and things like that as well. And I hope, whether it's through his reports here or we read about it in the Columbus Dispatch or whatever, sort of what kind of cooperation is being done among county administrators through his leadership of that body. Two other small things. Just a question is, in number 23, is that dispose or is that depose? It is depose. I'm looking at Mr. Innes. Yeah. Okay, so that should be depose. And on number 18, I just wondered if there could be just a little explanation of why that's under the Solid Waste Management District instead of under where I guess I'd expect it under Community Development or somewhere else. Why those emergency repairs come under the auspices of the Solid Waste Management District.
We're providing, structurally that probably should have been written a little bit differently. I probably should have caught it. We're providing a grant as a small amount of the work that's being done up there because they're able to use fasteners made with recycled materials. So it furthers the goal of recycled content in repair and expansion. And I'm sorry that that's written poorly. You're completely correct in that.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, so we move into executive session then?
Second.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Thursday mornings at 9:30 at the Lorain County Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and as always, you are invited to attend.
It now gives me great pleasure to welcome the Commission President, Lori Kokoski, Commissioner Ted Kalo, Commissioner Betty Blair. Commissioner Kokoski?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. The Board of Commissioners would like to thank you for your attendance today. I am Lori Kokoski, the President of the Board. With me is Ted Kalo, the Vice President, and longtime member Betty Blair. This is the first ever State of the County address, and we've been working very hard this year, so we want to share with you some of our initiatives. So let's get started. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about our growth partnership and explain what that entails. The Board of County Commissioners envision the 5th floor of the administration building as a hub of economic development, offering seamless service and encouraging collaboration. With all the economic development entities located in one place, a company looking to locate here will know exactly where to go. Working together in unity and vision and strength to develop a vision for the future prosperity of Lorain County through collaboration, cooperation, and consensus building. The left hand will know what the right hand is doing, and there won't be any duplication of services. The benefits to the members of the Growth Partnership are strength by association, use of centrally located ancillary office space, use of County Dun and Bradstreet reports, ease of communication with other members, unification of economic development efforts, cohesive long-range planning, ancillary offices, and support services for communities, utilities, organizations, and agencies involved in economic development, and also the Lorain County Community College Long Distance Learning Lab. Those that will be located on the 5th floor will be our own Lorain County Community Development Department, the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce, Lorain County Solid Waste, Team Lorain County, and the Lorain County Port Authority. As you can see, our goal is to make this a one-stop economic development suite. The Lorain County Port Authority, as a result of the continuing support from the Lorain County Board of Commissioners, Lorain National Bank has issued the Lorain County Port Authority a $3 million letter of credit. This $3 million will allow the Port Authority to continue to finance businesses to assist in job retention and expansion in Lorain County. Team Lorain County. What is Team Lorain County? It's an independent economic development organization charged to develop and implement a county-wide economic development program